Hello everyone, my name is Anggit Raksajati. In this video, I'm going to present you an overview of multi-stage compressor in a fluid mechanics and particle course. This slide shows you the heuristic or rule of thumb of typical compressor, which is written from Turton, analysis, synthesis, and design of chemical process. So fans are used to raise the pressure about 3%, blower to raise less than 2.75 bar G, and compressor to higher pressure. And theoretical reversible adiabatic power is already explained in the previous video as well in the thermodynamic course. And then please focus on the point 3, 4, and 5 of this heuristic. The altered temperature for reversible adiabatic process is calculated based on this equation, depending on the polytropic or the adiabatic, where A is gamma for adiabatic and K for polytropic. The exit temperatures should not exceed typically between 167 to 204 degrees C for diatomic gases. This corresponds to a compression ratio of about 4 for a centrifugal compressor. This is interesting because usually, or even in some case, we have application where the pressure ratio has to be higher than 4. Let's say we want to compress from 1 bar to 16 bar. How to achieve that compressor? It is actually unlikely to achieve that using one-stage compressor. Why? Because when the compression ratio becomes too high, the temperature exit will become too high, and the compressor work or the power will be inefficient. So for a compression ratio should be about same in each stage of multi-stage unit, and efficiency for reciprocating compressor at compression ratio of 1.5 will be around 65%, 75% at 2, and 80 to 85% at 3.80 to 6. While for a centrifugal compressor, the typical compression ratio will be about 4. How and why? We will try to understand that in the next slide. Let's imagine 3 different options to compress a gas from 1 to 9 bar. First option, simple one stage compressor, 50 degrees C, 1 bar. When we compress it to 9 bar, because of the high compression ratio, it will exit the compressor at high temperature as well. At this case, it's 322 degrees C, for example. And then we have the second option, where the compression process is split into 2 stages. The first one using K101, from 1 bar to 3 bar. And then the second stage from 3 bar to 9 bar. Why? So that we will have the same constant pressure for every stages. 1 to 3, 3 per 1, that means 3 compression ratio. 3 to 9, that means the compression ratio is 9 divided by 3, 3 as well. But what is the difference with the third option? Now in the third option, we have E100, which is a cooler or intercooler to be precise, where the first stage compressor exits is being cooled, let's say using a cooling water, to above ambient temperature again, close to the initial temperature. What's the advantage? Now see the number. When we compress 1 to 3, it exits at 167, still the same with the second option, but now we reduce it to 50 degrees C. Now it exits the end of the second compressor at 167 as well, compared to the first two options. Is that advantageous or not? We can try to understand using this equation. So the expansion work for a single stage compressor is expressed as K per K minus 1 times P1 V1, and then that's the pressure ratio part. So what is the function of the compressor work? It is a function of K, the polytropic efficiency, P1, inlet pressure, V1, inlet volume. And we can substitute this P1, V1 using the ideal gas equation. So that becomes R and T1, or the inlet temperature. And that's important. Why? Because that means when we have a lower inlet temperature, the compression work will be decreases, which is more efficient because we have to supply less amount of electricity, for example, even at the same pressure ratio. So that's the advantage of having a intercooler. And then we can see the second part where inside of the bracket we have the pressure ratio. So when the compressor ratio is less, apart from 9 in the first cases, now we have 3 pressure ratio in the second and the third option. A smaller compression ratio will lead to a smaller compression work as well, and that's of course advantageous. So you can prove that the third option should have the minimum work total of the compressor. Why? Because it takes the advantages of having a small temperature inlet because of the intercooler, and also have a small pressure ratio. For multi-stage polytropic compression, from pressure P1 to Pn+1, and the number of stage is n, where every stage has a same pressure ratio, in this case 3, inlet-outlet temperature for every stage remains constant, in this case the inlet 50 degrees C, then required work per unit mole is determined using this equation below. So the difference with the single stage compression is inside of the bracket. Now you can split. This is the first stage compressor, P2 per P1, 3 to 1, plus P3 per P2. In this case, in this example, 9 to 3. So for the first step and the second step of compression, the compression ratio is the same, which is 3. The actual power can be calculated by multiplying the mole flow rate and dividing the efficiency, as explained in the previous video. This equation still calculates the ideal reversible work. So don't forget to put the efficiency and the mole flow rate to get the actual power, to get the watt or joule per second. So is there any benefit of using a multi-stage compressor compared to the single stage compressor? And then is there any benefit of using an intercooler? And how to calculate the power required for the second case? I already give you the equation for the first case. I already give you the equation for the third case. So how to calculate this second case? Hint or note, temperature of intermediate must be calculated. In this case, it's already given to you 167.1. So once we know the temperature intermediate, in essence, now we can calculate the total compression work as the compression work for first step and the second step. Using this equation, split it into 2 steps. Be careful, now the P1 and V1 part for the second step has to be substituted with P2 and V2, or even the intermediate that mentioned before. To prove that you understand this concept, I give you exercise. Please do this before the next class. Determine the theoretical power in watt required to compress 1 mole per second of diatomic ideal gas with initial temperature of 3 to 3.15 Kelvin or 50 degrees C, adiabatically from pressure of 100 kPa to 900 kPa. In 3 different options as explained in the previous slide: 1 stage, 2 stage with and without intercooler. Molecular mass is 28 gram per mole, gamma is 1.4, and let's assume for this example efficiency of the compressor is still assumed 100%. This is the equation that you need to calculate those 3 options, and please finish this exercise and we will discuss in the class. Thank you.